Good morning, everyone. This is Anastasia from Phoenix Nightingale. Today, I want to continue my 3-bottle picks where you would choose a number between 1, 2, and 3 to give you a message via our soma color system. These videos will hopefully be coming out on Mondays, if not Tuesdays, depending on, again, how busy I am with my schedule and stuff. But I hope that you will be looking forward to getting some kind of message from each one of the bottles. So, that being said, choose 1, 2, or 3. And I'll just let you take a moment to do that. Setting an intention is a very powerful thing. Setting an intention, just kind of quieting our mind and making a choice, a decision really quickly is a really cool way to connect with spirit. Don't let your mind or consciousness get too much in the way. Okay, so hopefully my lighting is good in here too. Otherwise I'll change it, but I'll make sure that you can kind of meditate on the colors of the bottles that I have chosen for today. Okay, so this is the first bottle. Again, it's a little, I want you to make sure you see it. This is the first bottle. If you chose number 1, this is your bottle. It is living in the material world, red on the top and violet on the bottom. So when we do these consultations, if you're looking for something that you're having a challenge with, then in this case, there's something that you really need to wake up to. Some kind of change that's happening for you, some kind of message from your own higher self, invoking the healer in you, or perhaps there's something in your life that needs healing. I'm sorry, I'm doing this a little cockamamie, but so it's time to wake up to that and realize that whatever you put your energy into can be healed. You have to realize whatever you put your energy into can be healed. Once you do that, you wake up to the lessons and the reasons why it's happening in the first place. And being human, it's not always a need-to-know basis. We don't want to get too attached to, being connected to having, I need to know all the answers right now. It's just not meant to be that way. Knowledge is very powerful, and how we use it, as we go through the process of life is very powerful too. So this practice would be, I am safe living here in the material world as I am my spiritual being, and actually bringing that in, balancing those polarities between the root and crown chakras, right? The root chakras at the base of the spine, and the crown chakras on the top of the head. Our ability to bring our higher self into things makes all the difference in the world. So, if this is the number 1 bottle that you chose, then there's something that needs healing in your life that you need to wake up to. Okay? And if anybody has any questions during these as we, gain some momentum with this, please. I'm happy to look at those as we go. Okay. If you were to choose number 2, we have this beautiful bottle with magenta on the bottom and turquoise on the top. This bottle is called Breath of Love. And this, if you chose this today, it means that the angelic realm is here waiting for you to communicate with it. Angelic realm also would relate to the Akashic records, which are where each one of our lives as a soul has been stored. And our ability to access them, I think, is, I don't want to say easier than you might think, but it's more possible than you might think. You just need to be in a certain frame of mind, state of mind, and really intentionally bring those things in. If it has a purpose for you to know, it will be known. It's not about, saying, oh, I'm going to know every single lifetime that I've ever had and yada yada and getting attached to that. It's about realizing that there is a lot of beauty in the choices and challenges that we've all chosen, and that in that beauty we can access that angelic. When the angels look down upon us, they don't see, they understand the suffering that we go through. They understand that that there's healing to be had. And if we were to take some of that and apply it to our lives, then, when we go through things that are very challenging or even, very beautiful, we will be able to have them in a more accepting type of way. The turquoise on the top of this bottle represents the process of individuation, which is where each one of us is living a life where we find out who it is that we actually are, and then we start living that, really being in our hearts and living from that perspective and speaking our own truth with, connecting to not just our voice, but so it's creative communication from the heart is what it is. Being able to communicate sometimes can be challenging. I had a conversation yesterday, if, the people say, I'm a good communicator, but if you're trying to communicate to somebody that doesn't know how to communicate, it's frustrating and it can be really intense and create all kinds of problems. This represents the challenge is to be more creative. If they can't hear you, instead of getting frustrated and retracting into your heart, go deeper into your heart and be more creative with your voice and speak that truth. Okay? All right. So then finally, our third bottle for today is the trust bottle. This one is gold on the bottom and pink on the top. Trust is a funny thing. Conversations that I have about trust are, can I trust myself? What happens when I trust people and they betray me? I guess I was a fool. But here's the thing about this bottle and what it means. Again, trusting in the gold that you are, and realize that everybody has the gold in them, and that trusting in the process of life means that the betrayals are there for a reason, that, becoming a codependent is there for a reason, so that you can wake up to that and say, no, I'd rather be nurturing and warm, and I'd rather be who I really am and trust in myself than go into self-doubt when somebody, that I've trusted deceives me. Honoring the fact that we can make our decisions and that the gold is there. It's the wisdom that we are. And in fact, the last reading that I did with this had a gold in it, right? The Wisdom Rescue. So this is about being able to stand in your root at a very high vibration and realize that through love and compassion that you can actually understand that process of life and trust in it even deeper. Okay. So those are the 3 messages for today. Again, if you chose 1, 2, or 3 in that order. And I will be seeing you weekly and having some other really fun stuff coming up relative to the Aura Soma. It is a very beautiful system of healing. So I hope that you have a wonderful day, and then I'll speak with you